ready for YouTube. Yo, wait no. Yo, YouTube, welcome back to another video. Yes, I've been gone for a while, but as y'all can see, I'm on stream. Today we're gonna be reacting to a woman doesn't realize that her Tinder date is a killer. Let's get right into it.
It's December 1st, 2018.
Let me turn this up.
CCTV records 22-year-old Grace and her Tinder date, Jesse, getting ready to leave a bar. They had just met a few hours ago, but already they're about to head back to his place. From the outside,
like and subscribe,
everything seemed to be going
in the
perfectly
comments,
well.
let me know if y'all
So
want to see
well,
more crime
in
videos.
fact, that soon after they could be seen heading to a
the first
nearby
video
hotel
of me doing a
and
crime
up to
video
Jesse's
reaction.
hotel room
Y'all wanna
shortly
see more,
after.
hit that like and subscribe
Nobody
button,
could have
follow me on
expected
Twitch.
that
I'm
this was the
streaming
last time
every day of the
Grace
week.
would ever be seen alive.
Wait, what? Whoa, we not about to just skip. Wait, what?
Expected that this was the last time Grace would ever be seen alive.
Yeah, he's murder.
The next day happened to be her birthday, and nobody was able to reach her all day, and the same was true even days after. It was like she disappeared off the face of the earth. Her friends and family quickly reported her
before
missing,
the birthday
but
is
to no
crazy.
avail. Meanwhile, Jesse was recorded on CCTV out and about, going up and down the elevator, carrying cleaning supplies, and what appeared to be a suitcase. A suitcase with contents that would shock everyone to the core. And what's even worse, the killer had another date lined up. And if the cops don't intervene and arrest him quickly, this girl, as well as countless others, could fall victim to this very same man.
Is this real? Is this him talking to girls? That's real.
Tell me what happened last Saturday.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
At 5:37 p.m. on December 1st, 2018, Grace, who just finished a backpacking journey from England to New Zealand, leaves her hostel to meet Jesse. Meanwhile, Jesse is having pre-date drinks at a local bar, downing several beers before the date begins. In fact, as he leaves the bar, you can still see at least 4 empty bottles sitting on the table.
4 empty bottles? So this nigga's like a psycho, like he's crazy.
A popular spot where there's plenty of people, making Grace feel safe while she meets her date for the first time. But this will be a false sense of security, as Jesse has no plans to try anything untoward in public. He's going to wait until they're alone. Suspecting nothing, Grace accompanies Jesse to a bar where they drink together for over an hour before they head for a Mexican bar at 7:15 for more drinks, and yet another bar named Bluestone Room around 8:30 p.m. This will be where Jesse tries his luck and sees if he can get a little closer to Grace.
Oh,
at
snap.
8:54, they share their first kiss.
Wait, what? Wait. Grace, like, rest in peace, but that's how you was getting down? Tinder match, you kissing and tonguing? First date? You don't even know this nigga. You don't even know that he got bodies. You don't know if this nigga could be eating humans. The way this nigga is, bro, he's a serial killer. Bro, nah, she was wildin'.
This is when Jesse takes a trip to the bathroom and where Grace sends her very last message to anyone, telling her friends that it's going amazingly well and that she just clicks with him so well. She's probably excited to spend the night with a man that she genuinely likes. She could have had no idea that instead, he was about to end her life in one of the most horrific ways possible.
Ladies, please stay safe, man. This niggas out in the world like these, bro. These type of niggas you need to stay away from. If it look iffy, leave. Do not stay. You finna be his next victim. Or
the next morning, Grace's phone starts to receive a ton of messages. It's her birthday, and there are plenty of friends who want to send her their best wishes.
That's
Each
sad,
and
man.
every
She
one
died
of these
before her
messages
birthday.
goes
The day
unanswered.
before?
The first sign that something is wrong is at 8 a.m. when Jesse enters the very same elevator, this time on his own, throwing the camera a suspicious glance. If you think he's just getting the birthday girl a morning coffee, then think again. During that night, Jesse killed Grace by strangulation, and now he's going to try and do everything he can to cover up his crime, and he needs to do it
Fucking
quickly,
dumbass.
because he's already got another potential victim lined up. By
The
8:07
next
a.m.,
day?
Jesse is in town and about to start the most eerie shopping trip possible. He starts at the warehouse on Elliott Street, where he buys a suitcase that he plans to hide Grace's body in. He checks out the width and depth of the suitcase to make sure it'll fit her, so he can dispose
this
of her
nigga is
body
pro
before
skill
anyone can
level.
catch him. Then, 25 minutes later, he makes his way to another store, where he buys a number of cleaning products that will be used to clean up the
and
murders.
this is the fact. They got this on every, like, literally, these niggas somehow got every footage of where this nigga has been. That's crazy. That's W. I'm not gonna lie. W detective,
Then
bro.
he returns to his apartment for a number of hours, reappearing at 10:42 a.m. before he jumps in a taxi and Apex Car Rental where he rents a car. But it's what he does next that's truly shocking and puts pressure on the cops to discover and solve his murder as quickly as possible. As Grace's body
Yo, come on, man. Stop with the fucking. I'm invested.
lies in the apartment, Jesse goes on a date with another girl he'd met on Tinder. Given that he has all the equipment ready to hide one body, it's speculated that he planned this to be his second victim of the day. As he arrives at the bar, Jesse is wearing exactly the same clothing that he wore the night before, possibly the same clothes that he wore when he killed Grace.
Yo.
We are not sure whether Kempson was as pushy in his initial messages to this girl, but what we do know is that
Can't trust a nigga with these type of haircuts. I'm sorry. I know a nigga. I know a nigga who got this same haircut too. I'm not gonna name drop. If he in the stream, he know who I'm talking about. But you cannot trust niggas with these type of haircuts. I don't know what this is a Boosie fade. Damn near. Faded to the fucking brim. Oh my god.
the conversation he struck up with her during the date not only brought up some major red flags, it downright terrified her. Allegedly, he wanted to talk to her about where to hide a dead body from the police. Right away.
What? Did he have these conversations with Grace? I want to know that. Like, is it? Nah, yeah, he's wilding. Yeah, he's.
Anyway, the date is over, and this girl's instincts may have just saved her life. It's hard to imagine the horror that she would have felt when she learned the truth about the man she just walked away from, certain that he likely had the same fate lined up for her as he did with Grace.
Real shit, man.
At 8:56 p.m., we can see Jesse carrying a piece of equipment back to his apartment. More precisely, it's a carpet cleaner, and he's going to try and use that carpet cleaner to try and remove any trace of Grace's presence at his apartment. He's even got 2 bottles of cleaner in his hand, making sure he's got enough to get the job done. 30 minutes later, and we're greeted with the product of all his hard work. He's about to try and hide the body. He reappears in the elevator with a trolley carrying several luggage bags, one of which is the suitcase that he'd bought earlier that morning. It's way too heavy to carry, as inside is Grace's dead body. Of course, he can't walk through the streets with this amount of baggage, which is exactly why he hired the rental car. Minutes later, he's loading the rental car with all of the baggage, ready to make the next move in his attempt to cover up this murder, hiding the body in a place he thinks no one will find it. The next morning at 7 a.m., Jesse buys a shovel and heads back to his apartment, where he collects some clothing.
He's so obvious, and he don't give a fuck. That's the crazy part about it. Like, he's literally, he's literally like, you told a girl, how, like you told a girl how to, like, you asked her if she know how to fucking hide bodies from the police. Now you buying a shovel. I'm sorry, any nigga who buy a shovel, especially with these type of haircuts, they killed somebody. No cap. He got a body. He killed somebody. Like, he didn't, like, you got a carpet cleaner to spray. Like, yo, the bitch doesn't, she didn't, when she walked in there, she didn't know. She didn't smell no fucking rotten body. Like, yo, this nigga, This nigga's, I don't know how he finessed. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how.
Take to the dry cleaners,
Nobody was
destroying more
suspicious of
potential
this nigga
evidence
when
of
he
his
walking with the
crime.
fucking
But
shit?
he's not done there, as he stops off at a random trash can, tossing a large trash bag inside. Then Jesse takes his rental car for a deep clean, paying particular attention to the rear of the vehicle, where he had stashed the suitcase containing Grace's body. And with that, his work was done. For the next 2 days, Grace's family and friends go through turmoil. Nobody has heard from her, she hasn't posted on any social media, and she isn't answering either of her two phones.
She's gone.
Her family report her missing to Auckland police on December 5th. Grace's father, David, even flies to Auckland and makes a heartfelt appeal for his daughter's safe return.
Grace has been missing for several days, and as a family, we've been extremely concerned for her welfare. To anybody who's seen, spoken to, or come into contact with Grace, come forward and contact the investigation team.
With so much media coverage at the time, Jessie likely saw her father's appeal, and yet the family's pleas went unanswered. But Auckland police are about to use various methods to track Grace's last movements and find their main suspect in her disappearance.
Look at this nigga.
They're able to find out she was on a date with a mystery man, and after poring over hours of surveillance footage, they find the last person she was with, and track him back to his apartment. At 3 p.m. on December 5th, the cops turn up at the City Life Hotel, but they almost miss their man, as he eyes them in the lobby when he approaches the front door. Jesse thinks if he casually strolls away, he won't be noticed, but these eagle-eyed cops don't miss a trick and quickly apprehend him before he can make an escape. At this point, the smartest thing for Jesse to do is to own up to his crime, maybe try to play it off as an accident, and face the consequences. But he's not going to do any such thing. In the interrogation room, he plans to lie his way out of this, but he's completely unaware.
What if
Bro.
you can create your own website?
I ain't gonna lie, there's no lie, bro. They have all the evidence against you. They
I
have
say,
every
this is
footage
what I
of
want.
you hot.
With Wix,
They have footage
you
of you
can.
with the girl and
Aware that the
after you
cops
killing
have
the girl
already
and hiding
seen
the
every
body.
move from the night of the murder and have about as much evidence
You
as
might
they
as well
could
just
possibly
you might
ask
as well
for.
just pack it up, give it up, and just go ahead and get ready
At the
for
start
yourself.
of the
bro.
interview, he has no reason to lie, as he's just recalling the events before the murder.
Tell us about Grace.
So I was talking to Grace on Tinder.
And it's a British nigga too. Oh my god. British nigga. I wouldn't even expect this. This from the. I don't even expect this type of shit from the UK. I thought this was from America. This UK niggas get down, I guess, and they don't even give a fuck. Is the police that bad out there?
I saw that we'd matched the next day on Saturday, and then we met at Sky City, and then we decided that we were going up to Andy's Burger Bar, which is on the first floor.
Not long into this interview, Jesse becomes entangled in his first lie, as he claims Grace was the one pushing for a date, when we already know he was the one trying hard to meet Grace in their initial messages.
Whose idea was it to go to that particular burger place?
Me, because I didn't initially know that she was real.
What?
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of. So have you heard of catfish?
No.
So catfishing is where someone uses your profile or uses your photos and pretends to be you and then meets and you're a completely different person.
Right.
And it's on Tinder, it's all about the way you look. And so if they use more endearing photos, you're more likely to swipe for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does meeting in a public place sort of protect you from meeting someone who's not as good looking as...
Well, there's security there. So if she wasn't who she said she was, at least in my mind, I'd feel safe.
When Jesse is confronted with evidence from surveillance cameras, he continues to lie, digging a hole for himself that he's going to struggle to escape
He's
from.
trying to lie so hard.
No. I go down Victoria Street, straight down to the bottom, and then hang a left, and I head towards the viaduct.
You go to the viaduct a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've kind of walked in a bit of a funny direction if you were planning to go to the viaduct.
Well, it's the direction I normally go.
Yeah. It's I mean, I'm just sort of saying, like, if you were planning to go to the viaduct.
I normally go down Queen Street and then cross at the bottom of Queen Street, go through the containers
Yeah.
and then walk along the wharf.
Yeah. Is there a particular reason you were going to do that?
I feel safer down that way.
The cop obviously suspects something strange here. Jesse's behavior and responses don't seem to line up or make sense at all, and if Jesse is lying, it'll only take a good few questions to throw him off completely. So the cop starts to apply the pressure, sending Jesse into panic.
She don't know if she's been murdered or not yet. She may be alive and well.
Okay.
But she might also be dead. Okay? And it could be that you've done.
Look at this nigga, you killed her. Oh my god, bro. This nigga's a con artist, bro. Look at this. Look how this nigga said okay, bro.
Jesse into panic.
Nah,
She don't know if
bro.
she's been murdered or not yet. She may be alive and well.
Okay.
That fake ass. Oh my god. He really thought he was playing somebody with that. He did the. Nigga did not give a fuck. You killed her.
But she might also be dead. Okay? And it could be that you've done it.
Fucking tight ass jeans, ugly bald. Oh, bro, this nigga's fucking face pissed me off.
Hey, I just want to ask a question. Am I being arrested for something I didn't
Look,
do?
any action if you being arrested. That's how you know you guilty, bro. You just set yourself up even more asking that question. Oh my god, he's so like, yo, this nigga look like fucking. I don't know. He like Boss Baby, bro. A fucking grown ass version of Boss Baby, bro. Look. Oh my god, he's so retarded. This nigga said, "Oh fuck, holy shit." This nigga's not real. He wanted to get caught. He wanted to go to jail. You should have just walked out that bitch and said nothing, bro. Not saying what he did was is okay. That shit's not okay, like at all. That shit's not okay. And I hope he go to jail for the rest of his life. But if you want to at least try to get away with it, why are you putting yourself in a more predicament? Like, I swear, UK niggas is out. This proves to UK niggas that are. I don't even want to say what I want to say on here, man.
He's not being arrested just yet, but Auckland police are convinced Jesse is either behind Grace's disappearance or is at least involved. And the more they investigate this case, the more evidence they find to suggest Jesse is the one responsible. It's not just the surveillance footage that helps solve this case.
Jesse,
remember the new suitcase and cleaning products Jesse bought the morning after? Well, believe it or not, they were all bought on Grace's credit card, as well as an extra night's stay at the City Life Hotel. In fact, it's very possible he paid for his second date on Grace's credit card. An extra day at the hotel should give Jesse time to clean up the mess, but it's going to take more than a carpet cleaner to get rid of the evidence. When police search his apartment, they find traces of Grace's blood. The credits time to clean up the mess, but it's going to take more than a carpet cleaner to get rid of the evidence. When police search his apartment,
nigga, are those balls under the bed gear? What type of bed is this? Nah, UK designs is weird.
They find traces of Grace's blood. The credit card payments, the witness testimony, cell phone locations placing Grace and Jesse together, and the staggering detail found in the surveillance footage backed their suspect into a corner, and in his second interview on December 7th, they left Jesse no choice but to confess. A confession that would soon lead into one of the most interesting but troubling defenses ever used in court.
Started talking to me about 50 Shades of Grey, which is a sex fantasy movie that's out. We started having sex. At first it was just normal. It was very placid. And then she asked me if we could get into bondage. And then all I remember is falling asleep in the shower. I need to stop. I need to go.
Would you like some fresh air?
Yeah, please. I was in shock and I didn't know what to do. I went downstairs and I was just, I don't know, I was all over the place. I didn't believe what had happened. I was just terrified and scared. I thought that she had gone. I thought she had left.
Pathologist, specialist doctor will perform a post-mortem.
This nigga's
They're
performing,
very
bro.
skilled
He's performing
at
right now.
establishing people's
This nigga's
causes of
performing
death.
like
Understand
crazy
that?
right now. Like, this nigga's a fucking top
I
tier
went
actress,
to
bro.
the warehouse at the atrium.
We grew our podcast from 0 to 10,000 listeners using
Chat,
Riverside.
bro. This
Here's how.
nigga's a
First, look up
weirdo,
Riverside.
man.
And bought a suitcase. I went back and I was just in shock because it just didn't seem right. I left to go and get cleaning products. So I messaged a friend and said I'll meet you at Revelry. After finishing drinks with her, I got back to city life. And the whole time I just kept saying, I'm sorry.
Oh, this shit about that. Yo. It's just no way, bro. Like, bro, how are you killed? Like, yo, this nigga's really performing right now, bro. Like, yo, you got the nerve to cry. Like, this nigga got the nerve to cry, bro. I can't believe this nigga's doing this right now, bro.
And then I went downstairs and I grabbed the porter thing.
Yo, I want to break something so bad. Yo, this nigga's for. This nigga's
I put the suitcase on top of the porter thing. I drove the hire car into Wilson's car park and parked it. I woke up the next day at about 5 a.m. and drove the car out to Cumu at first. I picked up a shovel from ITM at Cumu.
Check your
I ended up driving towards the Waitakaries. I went into the bush, I dug a hole, I went and got the suitcase and I covered the hole and then I drove.
Where is her possessions?
I threw them in the rubbish.
Whereabouts?
Albert Park, rubbish.
Right, so what items of her property have been disposed of in Albert Park?
Everything.
All of her clothing?
Everything that was in the room.
Whereabouts did you clean the car? The outside of the car?
I think it was in Henderson.
so
I
this is how they
don't
got
know West very well.
Okay. And what did you use to clean the car?
Water blaster thing from a car cleaning place.
Did she have any injuries?
Not that I can remember. I was just panicking.
Did you inflict any injuries on her that caused her to die?
No.
Did you kill Grace Mullane? Okay. And you're under arrest for the murder of Grace Mullane on or about the 2nd of December. You understand?
Yeah, send that nigga to jail.
No.
You ready to
Send him
take
to
us
jail,
issues?
gang. It's done.
The
It's
media
done.
called it the 50 Shades of
done.
Grey defense. The idea is that someone
Yo. The 50 Shades of Grey Yo, that sounds crazy.
Media called it the 50 Shades of Grey defense.
Yo.
The idea is that someone may consent to being harmed during intimacy knowing the dangers involved.
What?
If they made
That's
no indication to
crazy.
stop, then it would be seen as an accident, and the person responsible shouldn't face a murder charge. But this defense has always been seen as more of a scapegoat, used by lawyers to try and get their defendant off with a lighter sentence, which in this case would be manslaughter. This doesn't change what happened after Grace's death, and the disturbing series of events uncovered during the investigation. From December 1st, the day before the date, all the way to December 7th, cops found Google searches made by Jesse looking for a place to hide the body. He'd also taken photos of Grace's body before and after he packed her
my
into the suitcase. They found Grace's body on December 9th, 2018 in the Waitakere Ranges just outside of Auckland. It was determined that she was strangled and had bruises on her arms and chest consistent with being pinned down. In New Zealand, there's no such thing as first-degree or second-degree murder. All charges are treated the same, carrying a life sentence. That meant there was no investigation into the premeditation. All that mattered was if Jesse killed her or not. It was that simple. Jesse maintained his innocence, but was eventually found guilty. And on February 21st, 2020, he was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years.
Let's fucking
After
go.
his trial, 2 more women came forward and claimed Jesse had sexually assaulted them after they met him on Tinder. He was found guilty on those charges as well, adding another 11 years to life added to his sentence.
Yeah. Well, YouTube, that goes on why women didn't that good. Fuck me now. All right, YouTube, that goes for woman doesn't realize her Tinder date is a killer. If y'all want to see more of this, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. I'm gonna link my Twitch in the description. So if y'all want to tune in to one of the streams, see how you feel me, y'all can go ahead and do that.